So I just wanted to make this video about my position. I'm talking about bodily autonomy, my body, my choice, right? I was arguing with like a pro-choice person. That's why. I just know it started like this. This other person said, the only argument worth talking about is bodily autonomy, and the person carrying the womb has a right to their own body. And he said it's insane where the U.S. is headed, right? Because that person is obviously in favor of women's rights, right? My position is that even though I don't agree with abortion, right? I don't like it, but I don't believe like what this person said is even accurate, because their position of my body, my choice, is they're talking about, and the person carrying the womb, right? The womb is part of the woman's body, but not the fetus. And that's basically my whole point. I said that doesn't prove you have bodily autonomy. Like, your bodily autonomy does not prove you have exclusive rights to the fetus, right? And so the reason why I like argue my position is to basically go against their pro choice position, because they seem to fight very hard for this abortion rights, because they really think that it's exclusively a woman's rights or something like that. And my position is basically like, I'm just trying to argue for like if it's a right to anyone, it would be an equal rights. And so I kind of like, depending on the phase of the baby or whatever, but I mean, at the end of the day, I don't really like abortion anyway. But I just wanted to try to see if like how good is this argument really on their their position when it comes to abortion. Like, I don't think it's a good position at all. Like, at all. It just presupposes a lot of things. So hopefully, like, I don't know, like, you don't have to agree, but I just like hopefully I can at least maybe shed some light on why I think it's weak or something in favor of the abortion thing, that position. I said I commented and I said the person carrying the womb loses that autonomy though. Once they have the baby there, they can't do what they want with their body like they used to. As far as bodily autonomy goes, it doesn't prove that the baby is exclusively hers, since it is a product of both male and female body. And so it should be equal rights, not a woman's right only. And then, what else? And I think somebody else commented. It says, why should a person who is pregnant lose bodily autonomy? The fetus is not exclusively hers, but her body is being exclusively used to develop the fetus. The decision to terminate the pregnancy is exclusively hers. And then this other guy said, because according to me, the fetus is a person, but the mother's just an incubator, which I never said that. So I responded to both of them. This is the first person I said, yes, and assuming that sex was consensual, she loses it. I'm talking about bodily autonomy. That's part of the process of having a baby. It's a consequence of bodily autonomy. Now, abortion, that is different, because since nobody chooses to have a baby, it will either happen or it doesn't. Because I see it as a consequence of their bodily autonomy, of their free choice. It was what I said. I said either the baby will happen or it either won't. But it's not her choice to have the baby, like, it's a consequence of her choice. And so she absolutely is powerless to choose that, and that's why there's unwanted babies, which means it's my body, my choice. If that's even morally good, right? Because of an unwanted baby, because you're being irresponsible with your own body. And then like choosing to, also, like, I brought up the what some women usually do. I said like choosing to trap a man with an unwanted baby for like alimony or something. That should be immoral, which ties into bodily autonomy. So no, I don't think you can do with your body whatever you want, because it can be used for something immoral. And the other guy, I responded, I said, No, I never said like they were incubator or anything. I never said the mom was an incubator. I just said that no, just saying the baby itself is not hers. He came from a man's body. That's why it's his baby, as well as his seed. And this choice applies to what he put in her body. Yeah, his seed, his choice, kind of thing, as well. So it applies to what he put in her body, and so he has equal responsibility for that. It says, people choose to have children all the time. They can go to like fertility doctors if they have problems getting pregnant. So people can choose to be pregnant or not, right? And I said, yeah, but we're talking about how a woman usually gets pregnant when there's an actual man involved. Both have bodily autonomy to do with their bodies with what they please. So if a woman gets pregnant from an actual consenting man, that baby is a product of both bodies. Even if the woman has the womb, it doesn't prove she has the only say-so on abortion just because of it. And let me see, this other person said you aren't using your body for the baby, so there's no reproductive rights. And end of that discussion. And I just said, yes, I do have a right to that because a man, for example, right, have every right to that baby as she does. It has my blood and DNA. And I am just as much of a cause to my own baby's existence. So it's my seed, my choice also applies. And so I just said that it's in her body temporarily anyway. It's not actually part of her body. And that I have every right to basically identify with that fetus. That her fetus is my fetus because I put it there. It is also of my body as well. And also that she, assuming the sex was consensual, she does lose that. The autonomy that I was talking about. Let me see, what else did I say? What this person responded with? And said, says you don't do anything for that baby's survival. The survival of the baby depends on the woman. You can do anything you want externally, but if the woman body can't handle the baby, then it won't survive. You have no equal say, or 1/4, say 0.1, whatever he said, give me percentage. It's just he's saying that you have absolutely no say. So I have absolutely no right to abortion or whatever as a man. And then I said wrong. That child is 100% also emotionally connected to the man. It's also his flesh and blood of his own. So it's literally the man is the one who they depend upon for survival, both the woman and the child. Even afterwards, when they, mom and dad, may not even be together, the woman literally can't be single, can't be a single mom, usually without the aid of government or alimony from the actual man still. So the man has just as much of a right to say whatever he wants, to keep it or not, and if the woman wants it so bad without the consent of the man, then let her have the full responsibility of raising it. And then this person said, you do realize families may help women when they get pregnant. You realize there is no emotional bond. For example, the Mosu culture lacks traditional fathers. If a woman gets pregnant, then the family takes care of it. And the father can come home and help if he wants, but not necessarily. They don't use titles like mothers and fathers. Children are raised by the family. They've been doing this since the immemorial. Just watch a video called Kingdom of Women if you want a brief understanding of the Mosaic culture. This objective claim of some emotional bond from the father's faults aren't even needed. And so I was like, okay, and then I just said that, cause I just thought all that stuff was stupid. Like, I said, I told him that the future isn't female, and it certainly isn't with this kind of female that is at heart a toxic male, with the corruption of trying to, with a male toxic corrupt male basically, because they're trying to be equal to men, right? but they also define men in a toxic way. And so that just leads to toxic masculine women. That's basically what I was saying to this person as a response. I said men who don't even have a equal say-so in what's also, like a woman, a product of his own body. I said a woman doesn't have a right to abortion because of bodily autonomy, since it's not an issue of it being directly about her body, but what's in it. You can cry on and on about other cultures. I don't care. I'm the one arguing for equality, supposedly. Because even though I don't support abortion or anything like that, I'm just trying to undermine their position, because I just think their argument is, and their position of my body, my choice is stupid. And I said, so the baby ain't part of the woman's body. It's in a place called the womb, that which is actually part of the woman's body. So abortion are not always life-threatening. Some women even get them like candy from a vending machine. So it's not just because a woman's pregnant does not mean she's always gonna die or something. I said, and having a womb doesn't give you the exclusive right on abortion because of what's in it being put there by a man. This person says, having a womb does give you the exclusive right to have an abortion because it is the person with the womb who is exclusively going through the pregnancy. And I said, she's going through a temporal phase. It's not like the baby itself has become part of her body. So I still don't see, unless it's life-threatening, why she should only make that choice on abortion when it's not just her body. That's the reason she produced a baby. Yeah, because the way I see it is that, like, it sort of intrudes on her body, which alters it, right? The fetus alters her body, and then she has to be more responsible with her body because she has to take care of that fetus now, right? So she can't do what she wants. That's why I said that she kind of loses that bodily autonomy thing. Like, at least she loses like a large percentage of it, so to say. And this person says, even though this person responded, even though it's a temporary phase, it's still only her body going through the pregnancy. I'm having a house built and can use free labor to build it. It will take about a year. I can use you, right? I said, it will be long hours and hard work, but it's only temporary. And then I said, she knows the consequences of having it in her body. That's why she isn't even 100% autonomous anymore. So you don't get to do with your own body with what you want while pregnant with a man's baby. That's a fact. So it's not like she's dying. And this person responded saying, abortion removes the consequences of having a fetus in a woman's body. If the man wants to carry the fetus to delivery, he is more than welcome to. He just needs to arrange it. And I said that, and all this should happen with a man's consent, though, right? That's basically what I'm trying to say. And this person said, it's irrelevant if it's the man's fetus, unless it's his own body, or unless it's his body being affected by the pregnancy. Once it's the man's body being affected, then he can make the decision about continuing or terminating the pregnancy. It's pretty simple, right? I said, not if what's in her body is from the man, that which is being affected, right? Because she's also, like, having a say-so on the fetus, though. That's what abortion is about. Like, my body, my choice, not presupposing a personal hobby, but presupposing abortion. It has a lot to do with that fetus. So her fetus is his fetus. Now he has a say-so. So long as she isn't intruding on what's his. You know what I'm saying? So, and this person said, the fetus is the thing that is intruding on a woman's body by using her body. If a woman doesn't want the fetus to use her body, she can have it removed. And if the man wants custody of the fetus, he is welcome to take it in a non-intrusive manner he wishes. And I told him that it's not intruding, it's a consequence of her decision, right, of her choice. She did what she wanted with her body, and as a consequence, she has a pregnancy, right? She's pregnant, and so she should know better, regardless of what pain she's going through. And so that's also the proof that it's not. And I just ended. I said that's also why it's not part of her body, and that's all that I responded to him with, and that was the last of it. And so I just wanted to make like a quick video on that little exchange. Like, I don't know, do you agree or disagree? Maybe give you some idea. Anyway, if you like my videos, please like and subscribe. Thank you, and God bless.